You're live. Hi friends, welcome to Goody Tutus Wednesday Inspired Sugar Talk. Chat. Hope you guys are having a good week. Hope it's been got a nice break off on Monday. Did something fun? Did you do something fun?
I didn't do anything.
Nice.
I was kind of lazy. Well, stuff around the house.
Yeah. Celebrated my mama's birthday. Happy birthday, Gigi! So today we thought we would talk about cookie classes. We hold them, we do them, we love them. Cookie classes are awesome. So we thought we'd talk kind of a little bit about our process with that for both people that would want to come take classes and for other decorators that maybe want to hold them. We thought we'd just kind of share a little bit about what we do for cookie classes. So okay, so we hold cookie classes once a month over at Studio 223 in downtown Gilbert. Sorry, I covered my mouth. Studio 223 in downtown Gilbert, if you couldn't hear that. And we usually try and do it either on like a Tuesday, Thursday night, or every once in a while on a Saturday, just to kind of get different time frames in there for people. And we really enjoy the space over there because if you don't know much about us, our working space is just a studio where we work. We are not retail bakers. Oh no, you brought your cookies! Oh, no. Well,
try again.
try again. So anyways, with our cookie classes, we really love doing them. Usually we have about 10 people. I think we can hold up to 20. But we find 20 would be
crowded though.
Yeah, in our space it would be a little crowded. We've been doing these for how many years now? 3? 2? 3?
Probably 3.
Probably 3.
Yeah.
And we started out doing like holiday ones. So I think fall, Halloween, Christmas. We find that coming into this next season is when people are really interested in making sugar cookies. So
it's the busiest time, I think, for people to go, oh, I want to make some cookies.
Yeah. So
it looks like fun.
It is fun. So what we do is we provide the cookies already baked. So these are a sugar cookie. We usually do 6, sometimes 7 or 8
if they're minis.
Yeah. But we find 6 in a 2-hour block is just right. If you did more than that, I don't think you could fit it in 2 hours. If you only did 2 or 3, you're going to be done too quickly. So, yeah.
Yeah, we also we provide all the materials, all the icings, everything they need to use so that nobody has to bring anything. Because a lot of classes, they'll give you a supply list and you have to bring stuff. It doesn't sound like fun. We want people to just come and relax and enjoy. So it's kind of like a day out, you know, to do a craft or something fun instead of, I don't know. Most people aren't doing it for business. They're doing it for a fun night out. So it's nice to provide all the supplies.
Yes, and what we focus on is really beginner level cookie decorating. We don't cater to the people who are maybe professional cookie decorators. Just our particular market happens to be a lot of folks that are just kind of interested. Maybe they've made cookies a couple times and are just wanting to know some hints, or we had in our last one, I think it was a mother-daughter group who they make cookies every holiday season, so they were just kind of wanting to see if it could help their process along a little bit. So that's really fun. But like I said, our particular method that we use is for really more beginners or someone who's only done cookies a couple times. So when you come to our class, we'll have it all set out. Everyone gets their own space, and usually we kind of find that it's best to take a few minutes kind of explaining who you are, explaining, who we are to each other, how long we've been doing this.
Why we think we can teach you stuff.
Right. Yeah. So if you ever decide to teach a cookie class, it's a good idea to inform people if they don't already know. Because sometimes you can't assume that people know anything about you. They might just have said, oh, that looks like a fun class, and sign up.
I feel like before I would take a class, I'd go look up their information and see who they are. But I don't know that everybody does. So
yeah.
Oh, yay! Thank you.
Hi. So, yeah, you come in, we explain a little bit. Usually we try and kind of talk about our recipes first, and the difference in things we use. If you haven't had our cookies before, we use glaze instead of royal icing for the base of our cookies, which is a lot different from the majority of cookie decorators. The majority of them use a royal icing based one, and we use glaze because we really like the taste.
We pretty much pick recipes and techniques based on what we like, which I guess most people are probably like that, but you know, in the beginning when we were testing out stuff, we definitely picked the things that we thought tasted the best.
Yeah. And we can say glaze is a little more finicky. There's a little bit more learning curve to it because it doesn't hold up and isn't quite as, I don't know, sturdy, or it's a little bit more finicky than.
There's also less out there about it. Like you can find anything about royal that you want, but when you're looking for tips using glaze, there's not a lot.
Yeah, it's less. So yeah, we also give out our recipes, and so for people coming to our class, you'll know you get to actually get our recipes
if you take our class.
If you take our class. If you are someone who makes cookies and is thinking about holding classes, that is definitely something you need to think about before your first class, because people will ask if they're, you know, getting cookies and learning from you, they're going to want to know your recipes. So you have to decide ahead of time if that's something you're going to want to share. You know, for us, we find that, you know, if you're paying to come have us teach you about cookies, we should let you be able to make them on your own. So we give folks the exact same recipes that we use. You know, we don't hide anything or make any fancy changes. And then we'll kind of walk through different tips and tools that we like to use. We like to bring our rolling pins that have, what are they called on the side?
I don't know. The one that they measure the edges.
The thickness, yeah. I don't know what it's called. Whatever that's called.
We hold it up and we say these measuring thingies. Keep your dough even.
Yeah, so we bring things like that. We bring cookie swivels to show, just little tools that we like to use. We find that people are interested in them. They want to see what they are. So we bring those. And again, like Bonnie said, all of the tools that you need, all of the ingredients that you need are going to be already pre-measured out into bags and ready to go.
Yeah. It just makes it real easy. You don't have to put your icing into the bags and don't have to make a mess.
So I guess then just, you know, through our class, we like to kind of go slow and teach, you know, outlining cookies, filling cookies, and usually we give kind of a couple different techniques that, you know, whether it's wet on wet or dropping in polka dots or something like that, you know, just some kind of, I don't know, first level techniques that
it kind of depends.
Yeah,
and we do different things in each class. We try to make each class a little bit different, so they're learning the basics, but they're also getting a little something. You know, so if they take a class back to back 2 months in a row, they'll be a tiny bit different. So.
Yeah, there'll be one added, individual new technique that they haven't done before.
It just kind of depends on the theme and what we're doing too.
What are some of the ones we've done? So this last time we worked on a little bit of watercoloring. Hi! Aw, you're so sweet. So yeah, we did a little bit of gold highlighter dust. We've done watercolor. We've done thick glaze icing, piping it into a rosette shape, which is really tasty. I love those cookies because there's so much frosting on them. So much frosting.
Sugar overload.
Yeah. Let's see. We've done some different wet on wet techniques with pulling, you know, running through the icing and creating designs, hearts, you know, the pulled hearts through dots. So anyways, those are just, it was random, but that's just kind of some different things that we throw in there, and we try and brainstorm a little bit as we're planning out our cookies.
Right.
So,
I think that's pretty good overview.
That's an overview of what we do in our classes. We like to give everyone a little bit of time because, you know, we don't want people to feel rushed, but you want to make sure that people are having a good time. We found that having a little background music that you can turn up and down when people are working, so that you're not just like staring at them in silence, because sometimes people get real focused.
Right.
And also we try and remind everyone that the first time you take a cookie class, you shouldn't be a pro. You should be learning. This is a learning experience. So reminding people that
it's fun. Like, see it as a craft or
yes, as some
hobby. It's like something that you would, practice and get better at. Not you're gonna
master
go in and know right away.
the first day.
Because if you know right away everything, I think you've been practicing.
Yeah,
You don't believe that's your first time.
Yeah, yeah,
Because it takes a lot of work.
Yeah. So I think that's mostly what happens in our cookie classes. We also make sure that everyone has a box to take home their cookies. Maybe that seems like a first step information, but I think my first couple classes I did, I was like, oh yeah, how are people going to take this stuff home? So that was years ago, and I learned quickly they need a box. And so for us, we'd like to give them a pretty box with a little, cutout that they can see them and take them home and enjoy them. So yeah, that's fine.
You need a box.
You need a box. You gotta take things home, right? Yeah. So cookie classes for us, we're actually just starting to branch out into cake classes also. So we'll be having those once a month. Our first one's gonna be the unicorn cake that is ever so popular, that everyone loves to send us pictures of and ask for. It's still just going strong. I feel like unicorns aren't going anywhere anytime fast.
We make a lot of unicorn stuff.
Yeah, we do. And it's cute and we love it. So, it's fun to share just the techniques of that. And it also has your basic, we're going to give information on baking cakes, torting cakes, filling cakes, using ganache to cover them, because if you haven't had one of our cakes before, we use the ganache method for the outside underneath fondant, or it can be used on its own. So we use the ganache method because it's really sturdy, holds up nice, gives you those nice clean edges. So,
and it tastes good.
And it tastes good. It tastes real good. So we'll have some of that and some different icing techniques and a couple beginner fondant techniques, that anybody can do. So should be fun.
Yeah,
looking forward to it. Hopefully people want to come learn about cakes too. And sometimes I think people maybe feel intimidated by cakes. Cookies are a little bit smaller project to tackle. So we're curious to see, the difference in folks who want to come take those classes. So.
Yeah. We should probably talk about private classes.
Yeah. Private classes are a really fun option for us. Usually we say if you can get together 10 friends and you want us to come to you, we will do that. It's great for holiday parties. We've done corporate events like that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a 2-hour class. We can condense it, particularly for things like businesses, or if you're having a baby shower or something like that and you want a small activity, we can bring things like that. So
we can do a smaller, like less cookies, less time.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a full 2 hours type of situation. So there's a lot you can do with cookie classes, and they can be really fun. Even, if you're, let's say you just want to have a cookie activity and you don't need us to come be there, paint a cookies. Perfect. So
it's really good for kids' parties.
Yeah.
And party favors.
Yeah, put it in there instead of a weird toy or candy, and your kids their friends are gonna.
Parents will appreciate it.
Yeah, they will.
I don't know how many little toys and trinkets I've had to throw away in my lifetime, but
like, how many Slinkies does one kid need? Is everybody giving my kid a Slinky?
And they break, and then the kid's upset.
Or bubbles. Seriously, last week, I was upstairs and my daughter takes one of those long bubble sticks and she's like, "Mom, watch the dog chase the bubbles." I'm like, "In the house? Bubbles go outside. You're 14. How have I not taught you that bubbles go outside?"
The rules change when you become a teenager.
Yeah.
You forget everything you've ever learned.
Yeah.
And you just do what you want.
Someone's asking, do you make muffins? So, yes, but only
muffin
for...
is just a cupcake without frosting.
A cupcake that hasn't reached its full potential.
But yes.
But we don't really sell muffins because that's just a little bit different than what we do. But we make a lot of muffins. I just made a huge batch of pumpkin chocolate chip ones. So my freezer is stocked for the next little bit here, and my kids will throw.
2 days? The next 2 days we've got muffins.
I made like 100 muffins, so it should be good for a couple days.
Now, are these technically muffins, or are these technically cupcakes?
It's the same.
I feel like it's a little different.
It's the same. There's pumpkin in them, so they're healthy. I put mini chocolate chips, so they're like
as much chocolate.
Yeah,
So
they're healthy because I used mini instead of full-size chocolate chips. So obviously,
So basically, she made
being
cupcakes,
healthy.
and she's trying to explain how they're muffins.
They're
They don't have frosting on them, so they must be muffins.
yeah. Sure, Dave. I'll bring some muffins for you. They're delicious.
Yeah.
So yeah, cookie classes, they're fun. We hope, we're not gonna lie, the first couple times you teach a class, these are for our cookie decorator friends who are thinking about getting into it. It's scary. Write down some notes, have like a list of things that you want to make sure you cover and talk
We'd
about.
love to see what's in your refrigerator.
My refrigerator.
You want to see that?
Right now there's like leftover lasagna, leftover meatloaf.
No, tell me why you want to know what's in the refrigerator. I feel like that's a thing that pops up every so often where people are asking, because I've watched other people in videos and somebody says, "Show us your refrigerator." Why? Tell me why. What is the reason behind the refrigerator?
Thing we don't know.
I don't know. Oh, that's fun.
Okay, next time we'll do that. Next time we have like a busy weekend.
We'll show
So
the
in our
fridge.
studio we have two like traditional just white fridges, and there are times where those things are like full and it's cake Tetris, and we're trying, and I'm like, how much space you got over there? You got like a 6-inch space that I can fit this little cake in there, and it's like it's like super Tetris. So we'll show you sometimes.
We'll show you in the cake fridge.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Took a detour.
That's funny.
Anyway, so if you're teaching classes, have some notes. Be ready to know that you're probably going to be nervous.
Yeah, I think it's good to have, not that we did this because we're not that bright, but I think it's good to have notes to make sure you hit all the points that you want to.
We did that one time.
Did we do it once?
One time. We had like a little paper.
Because I always think when we have like a new class or something where there's a lot of stuff where we think we might forget, I always think it might be nice to have a paper where you're standing that just has like a couple of words, in order, like what you want to hit. I think that would be helpful. So
I feel like learning from ourselves on this.
We've done them so often, and I think because there's two of us, if one forgets something, the other one usually remembers and brings it up. So I don't feel like we need them anymore.
Right. Yeah. And if you've met us or come to a class or watched the Netflix show or seen us anywhere, I'm bossy, and I usually end up like, I'll say like, okay, Bonnie, you teach this part, and then she'll try, and then I jump in and I'm like, I have 10 thoughts about this. So yeah, I try to not take over and be bossy.
Well, and I tend to have like, I'm to the point, so I'm like, and I know this about myself, and I wish I could elaborate a little bit more, but I usually don't. And she elaborates all day long. If you could hear the amount of interviews from the show where she just went on and rambled and was trying to find, and then they'd say like, can you say it again? And she'd say it again a different way. Just still like this.
And they're like, no, we're asking you to like bring it together. Like we need all of that 10-minute conversation in 30 seconds. So yeah. It's a problem.
And I
I
feel
would
like
say
they
I'm
would-
working on it, but
No, she's not. They would ask me to do it again, and I think they wanted extra words, and I'd be like, no, I got nothing.
this is good.
I can say the same thing I said last time.
So yeah.
So it's probably why we work together.
Yeah, works
Wow.
good.
You can't just change your personality. You just get what you get.
Yeah.
Any questions? Take pictures of the inside of your refrigerator.
Okay.
We'll remember that. You'll have to watch stories for that.
All right, I promise. It means I'm gonna have to clean my refrigerator first. Actually, I think the one my side at the studio is pretty empty. I don't know.
I don't.
There's nothing interesting in there.
There's
right
nothing
now.
right now.
Yeah,
but
it's early yet. We haven't started working this week, so
yeah,
there's nothing in there.
we're at the stage where it's not super crazy with fall stuff yet, so we can wait until later in the week to get started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
during
we
wedding
procrastinate
season
as much as possible.
as much as possible. So
It's still warm. Nobody
too
wants
hot.
to work.
No, it's too hot.
I'll feel like working when it's cold.
No,
November.
then we're gonna want to do fun stuff.
That's true.
But we will work sometime.
We will work, we promise. If you have an order in with us, it will get done.
We are good about that.
Yeah. Should we talk about online classes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, go ahead. So we're interested to hear if anybody has questions, but we're going to start doing online classes. We're kind of working on it slowly. So we're not procrastinating that much. We're actually doing behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
So we're starting to do some online classes. So it's going to be a kind of a class of the month, sort of. Class of the month. So we'll actually ship out all the supplies, and then we will do it live
with you. So
you
the
can
idea,
follow along.
Yeah, the idea behind it is that if you don't live locally, we're in the Phoenix East Valley area. So if you are interested in taking a cookie class from us, but you're not local, obviously, you know, if you want to come visit us, that's cool. But that's not in everybody's wheelhouse for a 2-hour class. So we will ship you out exactly what people get in our cookie classes here. So you'll get the frosting, you'll get any little extra tools you need, and you'll get undecorated baked cookies. And then we'll do a live video where you can sit at home and, you know, participate with us. We'll also obviously have the option for the watch back if you can't make it to the live class. But the benefit of the live class would be that then you could ask us questions as we are going along, you know, and learn as you go. So that's coming. It's coming, and we're hoping that people will be interested in that.
Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yeah. You know, all those things
Yeah.
take.
Kind of like if you watched Everybody Loves Ray, and they talked about the Fruit of the Month Club. We're going to be the Cookie of the Month
Cookie
Club.
of the month. We're kind of like, yeah, it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. So
Different themes each month, just like the classes.
Yep, different little techniques each time. So
That should be
coming. It's coming. Oh, you could gift that to someone.
It's a good idea.
Holidays are coming. We hope to have it all ready so that people could give those as gifts, and you know, it'd be a fun activity for people. So.
We can send them a card.
Ooh,
A Christmas card. Your best friend, George, sent you this
George?
gift. I don't know.
You have a best friend named George?
No, I said
George.
your best friend.
Your best friend.
Well, my best friend would not send me cookies because I already teach cookies. I am part of the group. Don't send me cookies.
I'm gonna send you cookies. That'd be awesome.
That's funny.
Anyways, I
Moving
feel
too
like
much.
this took a detour. George took a detour.
Does everybody have their fall stuff out?
Yeah.
It's September, so if you don't have your fall stuff out,
we can't be friends.
sorry. I don't want to hear that it's too early.
No.
I don't want to hear that it's still hot. If you don't put it out, it won't cool off.
We need everybody to work together, put out your fall decorations, and then we can all be friends.
The weather will get the hint, and it will cool off sooner.
Yeah.
If everybody participates.
Yeah, it's a team effort.
We must do it.
All right, we wrap it up.
I think we're good.
We're in our yoga clothes, which theoretically means we're going to yoga
We're doing it.
in the
Yes.
next few minutes.
We have to get off of here so we can go do yoga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally going. Oh, we like friends.
Yes.
Are you the one
We
that was
wanna be a
asking
friend.
what it's in our fridge? though?
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
gonna need to think.
What's
about
your
this.
name? We need a name other than Drummer Boy.
All right, guys. Well,
Maybe his
happy
name's
Wednesday.
George.
Oh my gosh, your name is George. If your name is George, Bonnie's gonna send you a cookie for Christmas.
That's funny. I didn't say that I was George's best friend. I don't even know a George.
I know
giving
George.
a theoretical.
I'm Uncle George. Hi, Uncle George.
I have a theoretical
All right.
best
Theoretical
friend
conversation.
would be sending a best friend.
Right.
It had nothing to do with me.
Oh.
He's not going to say it. What's his name is.
Okay. All right. Well, we're headed to yoga. Everybody have a good Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in to Goody Tutus. One of these days, we're going to show up on a Wednesday in full tutus. So you're welcome for that.
Well, maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
You never
Maybe
know.
if we wear our tutus next week, people will put out their fall decorations. So. Oh, all right. Someone
I'll be
say
George.
this, George.
He said I'll be George. He's lying.
All right, guys. Have a good week.
Bye.
See you next week.